Let's unbox Queen 1. Hi everybody, and welcome to this unboxing video. So it's 25th of October and this was released today, and this is the collector's edition box set for Queen's debut album. I pre-ordered this through my local record shop, A Slice of Vinyl, $164.99 because people will ask. I shall unbox this and talk about it, and I have some thoughts without having listened to it about it. So, yes, this is the Queen 1 Collector's Edition, 6 CD and LP Deluxe box set. LP and CD1 is a brand new 2024 mix from a multi-track masters, reinstating Mad the Swine for the first time. CD2 is a brand new 2024 mix of the 5 Delane Lea demos. CD3 is 12 previously unreleased outtakes from recording sessions. CD4 is a Queen 1 backing tracks. CD5 is 11 performances from 4 different BBC radio broadcasts. CD6 live versions of songs from the Queen 1 album and more, including 4 previously unreleased. 108-page book featuring previously unseen photos and memorabilia, photographic prints and fold-out poster. So yeah, lovely box which we'll have a look at properly. I haven't done one of these for a while. Once I've taken it out of the shrink. So on the back we've got the blurb on what looks like a removable bit of paper. Not just a remaster, this is a brand new 2024 rebuild of the entire Queen debut album, which with the benefit of hindsight we have retitled Queen 1. The song Mad the Swine, absent from a 1973 release, has been reinstated to its original place in the running order. Queen 1 is a debut album we always dreamed to bring you. This collector's edition also includes brand new 2024 mixes of the 5 Delane Lea demos, blah 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 blah, all the stuff that I've already read out basically, including and 13 live versions of songs from the Queen album, including previously unreleased extremely early performances plus improvisations, and 2 songs from the early repertoire which were never realised as studio recordings. Yeah, we'll talk about those as we get to them, I think. Yeah, so that's the back. So let's get into this. I will be keeping the shrink because of the height. Whoa! Apologies. I'll be keeping my shrink because of a hype sticker. That's come off nice and easy. So yeah, that's literally just a bit of paper and it should fit inside the box, which is always a boon. So yeah, nice purple textured matte finish box with Queen 1 in the old style Queen logo in gold foil embossing, and that's also on the spine, nothing on any of the other spines. And then it is it lift off, or is it, yeah, it's a lift off lid. And first thing we're hit with, by the looks of it, is a vinyl album. It's got a nice purple ribbon to make everything come out easily, which is always good, he says. So yeah, this is Queen 1. So, gold embossing on the title. This is Queen 1 on the spine. Yeah, so my first issue is the retitling of this album as Queen 1. At least it differentiates it from the original album. But I don't like it being called Queen 1. The album was called Queen. Obviously, the second album was called Queen 2, hence the retitling of this. And Brian and Roger say they've always referred to it as Queen 1, but personally, I don't like the renaming of it. Rear matches the original, apart from obviously the track listing. So we've got a printed lyric inner. I think this is... I'm trying to remember because Brian May did an unboxing of this, and I think he said this is the first time the lyrics have been printed. I might be misremembering. But yes, so originally they wanted to include the track Mad for Swine on the album, but they were talked out of it by Roy Thomas Baker, the producer, but they have reinstated it for this release. And then the vinyl itself is in a nice polylined inner, just black vinyl. But also new labels that sort of match the album cover rather than the generic labels it originally came out on. So the music has been remixed or remastered. The Night Comes Down was released in advance for people to listen to. There was quite a bit of fuss about the mix and particularly the level of Freddie's vocals. I didn't mind it from what I heard, but that was literally just listening to it on YouTube through my TV speakers. I shall remain undecided until I actually listen to the LP and the CDs. Speaking of which, next thing in the pile is this. So Queen One, the CDs. Again, all foiled and embossed. And then inside we have the discs. So what's good is there's a little bit of blurb underneath each CD explaining what's on there as well. So for the album itself, not just a remaster, this is a brand new rebuild. We've retitled Queen 1, again, all that was written on the back there. All the performances are exactly as they originally appeared in 1973, but every instrument has been revisited to produce the live ambient sounds that we would have liked to use originally. The result is Queen as it would have sounded with today's knowledge and technology, a first. The song Mad for Swine, absent from the 73 release, has been reinstated to its original place in the running order. Queen 1 is the debut album we always dreamed of bringing to you. And then the CD, again, same as the label on the vinyl. Interesting, they haven't put any foiling on the CDs. So then CD2 is the Delane Lea Demos 2024 mix. Brand new 2024 mixes of the 5 Delane Lea demos. These recordings precede the recording of the debut album in Trident Studios and were Queen's first chance to let loose in a professional recording studio. Although they were intended as demos to be hawked around to procure a record contract, we have always felt that performances actually have more spontaneity and sparkle, as well as the benefit of more natural live sounds compared with the final album versions. Here for the first time, these self-produced recordings have been restored and remixed from the original multi-tracks. So there's Freddie singing in Delane Lea, presumably. And it is demos of 5 tracks. Keep Yourself Alive, Night Comes Down, Great King Rat, Jesus and Liar. So, gripe number 2. Do we really need one CD for just 5 demos? Could they not be put on one of the other CDs, maybe the sessions? Seems like CD for CD's sake. CD3 is the aforementioned sessions. This contains completely different, previously unreleased versions of the songs on the album, newly created using outtakes from the original Delane Lea and Trident recording sessions. They feature some false starts, ideas in development and in-studio banter, which should be interesting. So it's unused masters, guide vocals, backing tracks in development, different takes. See What a Fool I've Been, which became a B-side. There's a test session for that on there. That's what's on there. There might be that there isn't room on there. I don't know the running times for the CDs. There might be there isn't room on there to put the Delane Lea demos on there. But could they have, rather than doing that, put more session stuff on with the demos? CD4, Queen 1 backing tracks, mixes of the songs from the original Queen album without lead vocals, suitable for karaoke. Pointless, in my opinion. You know, I'll listen to it and I'm sure it'll be interesting hearing them without Freddie's vocals. There'll probably be bits of the music that have been lost behind the vocals over the years, but it's sort of a one-time listen and not necessary in my opinion. CD5 contains Queen One at the BBC contains all the performances of songs from a Queen album recorded during 4 different BBC radio sessions in 73 and 74. Includes DJ announcements from the transmissions. So there is a very nice little box set that has been released called Queen at the BBC. And most, if not all, of these tracks, probably not all because there's duplicate tracks and I don't recall there being 2 versions of Leo and 2 versions of Son and Daughter in that set, and 2 versions of Modern Times Rock and Roll, but it's a while since I've sort of looked at that set. I may be wrong. I'll put it on my screen if not. But yeah, again, it's, you know, it's a lot of previously released stuff, and I can see obviously it belongs in this set, but it is selling us stuff that they've already released. CD6 Queen One Live, a new collection of choice live versions of songs from a Queen album, including previously unreleased extremely early performances plus improvisations, and 2 songs from the early repertoire which were never realised as studio recordings. There's 1 track which is Night Comes Down. Yeah, Night Comes Down. That's not included because they've never performed it live, apparently, according to Brian. But the idea was to do the complete Queen album as live tracks. The problem with this is that all but 4 tracks, which are the previously unreleased ones, are tracks from The Rainbow in March 1974, which has had its own release on DVD and Blu-ray. So again, most people buying this set already have those tracks. So 9 out of 13 tracks are easily available to Queen fans. So again, not great. That's the CDs. Then we have these art cards come in a nice greaseproof wallet, really thick stock. Freddie, Brian, Roger, and John. Again, I think they're from a Rainbow concert. I might be wrong there. I like them being in here because they just go in and out easily, as opposed to struggling to get them through a belly band, like as is often the case. Poster is the back cover of the album. The collage, too big to show properly. There's a rough idea of it. I understand why they put posters in these things, but of course they've got to fold them to put them in there, so they're never going to be great for display. And then finally, the book. So nice gold foil Queen logo on the cover, nothing on the spine or back. So let's see what we can do. I won't show you the whole thing. I'll quickly flick through and then I'll skim through and see exactly what the book tells us. And if I see anything particularly worth noting as I do that, I'll show you. But yeah, there's some random pages. So it begins with the sort of a genesis of a band. There's Freddie's early sketch of the logo, which did change slightly over the years. Quotes from the band, and then handwritten lyrics for My Fairy King. Lots of posters for gigs and gig tickets, things like that. So it's sort of pictures with text explaining the pictures that sort of serve as the text of the book rather than proper you know, pros, if you like. And then quite random quotes from a band as well. So it starts with the Imperial College gigs 1970 to 1973. Then the black and the white distinctively. Talking about their stage wear and all the way up to Queen 2 being split between black and white. Then Delane Lea Studios recording sessions. Again, some handwritten lyrics and pictures from recording. Pictures at the market store that they used to run, and at Freddie's flat. So yeah, it's nearly all pictures. Live at the Marquee, 71 to 73. Lots of handwritten lyrics. Lots of pictures of them live. Actually, it looks like Marquee is where those art cards came from. Debut single release, Keep Yourself Alive. And stills from a video. Original album artwork. The release of the actual album. And all the promo kits and stuff like that. On tour with Mott the Hoople. So Queen supported Mott the Hoople. And then a few years later, Mott the Hoople supported Queen. Headline performance, which is their little tour that ended in the Rainbow gig. Setting up a fan club office in late 1973. The US album release with its different artwork. Liar, which was done as a little promo in America. And then the lyrics to the album, track listing, credits, etc. Yeah, a nice pictorial book, not a lot of information in it, but a nice one to flick through as you're listening to the stuff. So yeah, that is the Queen 1 box set. So as I say, I've got gripes about the name change, about the content of it, and the number of discs used per, with respect to the actual amount of material that's on there. So why did I buy it? Obviously £165 is a lot of money. Apart from the fact I obviously do collect Queen, I've got the Miracle equivalent to this. I haven't got the News of the World one. I do intend picking it up. It's still available, so I will pick that up. I might order it in a minute, actually. But it's a hell of a lot cheaper than this was. But for completeness, yeah, I will get that. But the main reason I got it is because at the end of the day, and this is spoilers if you haven't seen my Queen album ranking, this is my favourite Queen album, and Queen are one of my favourite bands. Not only that, I think this is one of probably my 5 favourite debut albums by anyone. Probably top 3 even. I absolutely adore this album. So I couldn't not get it, really. But yeah, that is the Queen 1 Collector's Edition 6 CD and LP Deluxe box set unboxed. Hope you found that interesting. Thank you for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Thanks.